Alright, let's get straight to the point, people. The Switch 2 is expensive. $450 in the US and £400 in the UK. That is quite a bit of money, man. And on top of that, the new Mario Kart World will cost $80 standalone. And so will some of the new enhanced games that Nintendo is porting from the Switch 1. Youch. Even though this console's looking like a massive upgrade and the last Nintendo Direct was hype as heck. Silk Songs! What the flip? What the flip? The price of everything combined is gonna burn a deep hole in all of our wallets. So, it's time to ask the question, is the Nintendo Switch 2 truly worth the cop? Let's find out. Alright, so in this video I'm going to bring to you guys some reasons for and against buying this thing and give you my thoughts on the current situation. If you're like me and you're stuck in the middle trying to figure out whether to take the plunge, hopefully this video will make the decision easier for you. Okay, let's start with the pros then. Here are the reasons why you should buy the Switch 2. The first Switch was a huge success, but it was severely underpowered. The first party games on that thing were a must buy because, well, it's Nintendo, they know how to make good games. But other games ported by third party devs to the system literally looked like they were a whole generation behind with frame drops and lowered resolution. Personally, as a guy with Switch, PS5 and PC, I usually end up buying games to the other two instead of my Switch because I just can't deal with how shoddy non-Nintendo games look on the Switch, even though I love the idea of being able to just play games on the go. Now with Switch 2, it will be possible to get decent frame rates and resolution without sacrificing portability, which honestly sounds like a dream. Yes, it's nowhere near as powerful as something like the PS5 Pro, but the Switch 2 has been confirmed to run games like Cyberpunk better than a Steam Deck, which is another major competitor in the handheld space. Talking specs quickly, the resolution in portable mode will be 1080p 60fps. Welcome to 2025, Nintendo, took you a while. The resolution in dock mode can go up to 4K 60fps or 120fps with 1440p. Yes, thanks to that onboard Nvidia GPU that has ray tracing and DLSS. Words are hard, man. DLSS built in, Nintendo has finally caught up to modern day gaming. Additionally, the Switch 2 has backwards compatibility with the first Switch's library, meaning that you can continue playing your current library while we wait for new titles to drop. And it's confirmed that a good number of Switch 1 games will be getting that frame rate and resolution boost. Unfortunately, not all of the upgrades will be for free, and we'll touch on that in a second, but there's still a few popular games that will be getting free boosts, such as Super Mario Odyssey, which is a certified hood classic, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which really need those upgrades. I'm serious, bro, they need them. Quick comparisons between the two Switches will also get an additional USB-C port on the top, webcam support, a built-in game chat that totally isn't a B-Tech version of Discord, 256 gig storage, and even local game sharing. Welcome back, Nintendo DS. That all sounds well and lovely, but let's not forget that there are also downsides towards getting this console. And get ready for a small rant here because I have quite a bit to say on this topic. First, before anything else, what is Nintendo smoking charging $10 for this glorified tech demo? This is the same company that gave us the gem that is Wii Sports, completely for free, included with the console. Even PlayStation, who I'm not really happy with right now, had the common sense to include Astro's Playroom with the PS5 for free. So why the hell did Nintendo think they can get away with charging a tenner for what is essentially a glorified instruction manual? Reggie, please come back to us, man. We miss you so much. I think I'll save the rest of this for another video or something if you guys are interested, but I had to just quickly get this off my chest. Alright, so on to the actual cost of the console. 400 quid, $450 American. I'm not defending it, but I understand. Listen, I wish it was actually $400 and $350 in pounds, because then it would be a no-brainer. But listen, man, with the Switch 2, we're essentially getting PS4 Pro graphics in a portable format. If we're comparing it to other consoles like the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, it's still technically cheaper. And if we're comparing other handhelds like the ROG Ally, for example, they all cost roughly around this price. So I personally think the initial cost of the console isn't the big issue here. It's the cost of the games. No one in their right mind is gonna buy a games console without the intention to buy games, even if it's backwards compatible with previous gen. Because realistically here, what is the point of buying the Switch 2 just to play Switch 1 games when, and this is assuming you already have one, you can just play on your first Switch. Not to mention that only a few handful of games are confirmed to be getting that free upgrade that I mentioned earlier. So there's still the possibility that A, you're either gonna have to pay to upgrade your favorite game, or B, it's not even getting ported. Tough break, buddy. Listen, the Switch 1 library upgrades are a plus, but they should not be one of the main reasons you are buying this console. Trust me, I'm happy that there even is compatibility, because knowing Nintendo, they could have easily told us to piss off or blocked any compatibility behind a paywall. That being said, this is still not a valid reason to buy this console. So let's talk about the actual games. In a recent interview with Doug Bowser, he mentioned something called variable pricing, which we're not gonna get into. I said I'll save my rants for later. But what this essentially means is that not every single game will cost $80. The new DK, for example, that's retailing for $70. I'm gonna be so real with you people right now. I don't think any game should cost more than 60 quid. Inflation be damned. Yes, I love Nintendo games. I love their franchises. I don't love them more than 60 quid though. Now shifting back to the paid upgrades quickly, it's looking like it's gonna cost $10 a pop to get them boosts in frame rate and resolution going. I'm hoping that won't translate literally and it'll end up being like £7 in pounds, because that would be pretty cool. I sure as hell would not pay £65 for a new version of a game that is almost 10 years old. But seeing as I already own both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which I still haven't finished for some reason, I really need to finish the second one, man. I am completely fine with paying £7 for the graphics upgrades. Again, I wish they were free, but they're trying to sweeten the deal with that Google Maps nonsense in the Nintendo Switch app that I probably won't use, but the other features sound nice. Then there's the Kirby situation, which is basically DLC, which I'm down for it. Why not? On top of the upgrades, they're giving us an additional campaign and switching things up. I feel like the minimal upgrades, aka the Zelda situation, those should be free, but if the devs are saying screw it, let's give them extra content, why not? Why not, man? Why not? I know right now I'm supposed to be giving just negative points in this section, but I can't lie. Once you get past the money issue, there is no other reason not to get this console. But the money issue in itself is a big one, which is really frustrating. So what is my final verdict? Well, I want to be wishful and say, guys, let's vote with our wallets here. If we all refuse to buy this thing, Nintendo will pay attention and lower the prices, but we have to be extremely practical here. I guarantee you there are people out there, even ones watching this video, that will just go out and buy everything, even if I fully advise against it. That's just life, man. So instead, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do personally, and then you're free to make your own decision. Alright, personally, I'm not gonna pre-order right now because I'm just not happy with the prices situation and how greedy Nintendo is being as a company. And the Switch 2 is just not a priority for me with my current budget. I was originally planning to get this on day one, but now I'm more than happy to just wait for a sale from my local retailer, because it's gonna happen at some point. It's just a matter of when, and I have all the time in the world. I want this console, and I will be playing these games at some point, but I'll get them at my own convenience when I see a price that's right for me. If you have a bit of cash to spare, then you're free to go right ahead, but I've made my choice. Comment down below what you're gonna do and let me know if this video made things clear for you guys. Your feedback is always greatly appreciated towards improving my videos, and if you want to talk about this in person, my Discord server is in the description below. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Temzy out and stay blessed.